Hi you guys, Merry Christmas. It's always my favorite time of the year, and this is my channel, Kicking It with Phil. I would love for you to like, share, and subscribe. Merry Christmas. Hey you guys, what's up? We're kicking it again, and I have the legendary, let me just tell you, oh my God, she has performed all over the world, even at 10 years old, starting on the radio in Detroit, moving out to Los Angeles at 23 years old, and just went all over the world performing with some of the best. Dizzy Gillespie, Ella Fitzgerald, Nancy Wilson, just, oh my God, Gerald Wilson, just the world. And now she's coming even just to sit and kick it with me. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the legendary Miss Barbara Morrison.
Wow, what an introduction. Thank you so much. I'm just as excited about working with you too as you're working with me. Again.
Yes, again. You know what?
As Johnny Ace and Big Mel Tormé. We have history.
We have a history, and oh my goodness, it's just, I just want to know a little bit even how you got started. What was it like at 10 years old on the radio?
It was nervous. I think I'm 1 year older than Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
So actually the books got it wrong. I was 9 years old. And Stevie was really hot. And he had a song out called Castles in the Sand. And I just loved that song. And when my dad asked me, Barbara, what do you want to do? What do you want to do in your life? I said, I want to be a singer, Daddy. And he said, you go be a singer. You go be a singer. And when I heard that on the radio, I put myself in the contest. Yeah. My mother and father were crazy, but I filled out the application, I put it in myself, and I got chosen to be on the radio, and I sang that song, Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
Castles in the Sand. Castles
in the Sand. But did you always know? Did you always just have a voice like?
I kind of had a feeling because every time my grandmother, she used to drink beer. She had a beer belly, but she would get depressed, and my family would go get Barbara because she can make grandma laugh. Go get Barbara, go get Barbara. And then at that time, Jackie Wilson was real high. Yeah. He had a tune-up called Lonely Teardrops. My heart is crying, lonely teardrops. And my grandmother just loved that song. So I would grab the broomstick and I would sing, and she would, and her stomach would go, whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow. And she was not, she was feeling good after that. So I figured I could make my grandmother happy. And that's when I decided I wanted to make people happy.
Yes.
Yeah, my dad was happy too because he was a singer.
Wow.
So he was a great singer.
Yeah.
And in our kitchen, we had a big long white table, and under the table was my dollhouse. We had brick walls, concrete walls, and my dad and his group would rehearse in the kitchen. And I learned all those songs like when I was a little girl.
Wow, wow.
One day I came home from college and all my friends came over and we was like sitting in the floor singing, and I started singing this song. And the next day my mother said, Barbara, where did you get that song you were singing last night? And I said, Mama, I don't know where I got it. And she said, I said, why do you ask me? And she said, because your dad was half asleep when you started singing that song. He said, woo. And it was so funny. Wow. He woke up and said, woo, when I was singing the song. But it was an old World War II song called White Cliffs Slipped Over. And it used to go, there'll be bluebirds over white cliffs of Dover tomorrow. But my dad's group would sing it like this. There'll be blue birds over her. Yeah. The background would go, shoo-ba-doo-ba. And I learned that song when I was little. I didn't know I learned it.
Wow.
I thought it was like part of something that people always do. And that's when I started studying.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted to be a singer. And I went on, when I was 16, I was the first black junior miss in the state of Michigan.
Wow.
And I won the junior miss contest. So I got a scholarship to college.
Yeah.
And when my dad and mom were separated, my mom was pregnant.
Yeah.
But my dad got sick and he had to go in the hospital. I went to the hospital to see him. He said, baby, what you want to do? Anybody else? I said, Daddy, I want to be a singer. I want to be a singer. He said, do me a favor. I said, what? He said, let them see you go. I said, what are you talking about? He was talking about my brothers and sisters, because I had 5.
Yeah.
He said, take that scholarship, baby. Give me 1 year. Just give me 2. He said, please. I said, Dad, I stay home with Mama. You guys, who gonna help her through the pregnancy? I was the only one with a job.
Yeah.
In the whole family.
Whoa.
He said, just go. I said, Dad, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to stay home with Mama. He said, if you go be a singer, I promise you. I'll help you. I'll keep the house no paid. You can always come home.
Yeah.
So I said, nah, I'm staying home with my mother.
Yeah.
And on September 10th, 1967,
Yeah.
my mother came in my bedroom. She said, get up. I had worked all night. I said, Mom, I'm tired. She had on a green dress. She had a green dress in her hand. She said, I don't care if you're tired. You're going to school today.
Ooh.
And she took me and walked me all over campus with a little boom boom.
Wow.
Yeah, and then guess what happened? My sister was born.
Oh my goodness.
And she had enrolled me in all my classes. I couldn't believe she did that.
Wow.
And so my daddy was really happy.
Yes.
And guess what?
What happened?
He was the smartest black man I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
All my brothers and sisters graduated from college. All of them.
All
He said,
of
we're going where Barbara go.
Whoa.
That's what he told me. He said, they're going to follow you. If you do this, they're not going to let you go, and they don't go.
Wow.
And that's what he did. That's what he did for the whole family. He loved my mother so much. I was born out of wedlock, and you know, he told her he wouldn't put his age up and went to the Korean crisis.
Yeah.
He said, if you wait for me, when I come back, we'll get married and we'll buy a house for our daughter. Well, my mother couldn't wait. She gave me away, and you know, my father came back home. He found me.
Wow.
He found me, then he found my mother.
Wow.
And he did exactly what he said he was going to do. Of course, that made my mother hate me for the rest of her life, because then came my brother, my sister. She said, why did your father have to fall in love with you? But he backed me all the way. When I started my career, I came to California.
Was that when you were 23?
Mm-hmm. And I made a record.
Yes.
With the Johnny Otis Orchestra. And I sent it to my dad. My sister called me phone. She said, what did you do to Daddy? I said, what do you mean? He's in the room and he's crying. I said, put him on the phone and said, Daddy, what did I do? He said, you did it, baby. You said you was going to be a singer and you did it. Wow. Yeah, he got on the plane and came up to see me too.
Wow. You've had an incredible career and just touring, doing with Johnny Otis and all of them. What are some of your most fondest memories?
Meeting Ella.
Wow.
Because my dad said, baby, have you seen Ella Fitzgerald yet? And I said, Daddy, who's Ella? What? He was surprised that I didn't know who she was. Because I was on the jazz scene and I was with all the jazz giants. So I said, I gotta go see Ella. I gotta go see her. I looked in the paper, there was her name at the Hollywood Bowl. 17,500 seats sold out. I went anyway. And I stood in the garage, you know, the parking lot.
Yeah.
With the back door, and you could see all the dressing rooms. And I said, oh, I'll get a chance to see her go to the dressing room. I'll tell my dad. And Ira Navis was in the Clayton-Hamilton Orchestra, but he was playing with Ella. He said, Queen, is that you? They all call me Queen.
Yes.
All the singers thought they were calling me Queen because I could sing, but they were calling me Queen because I was real dumb. I didn't know nobody. So they called me the Queen of Jazz. All the musicians would call me the Queen of Jazz. Because I was real dumb. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know Miles, I didn't know Dizzy. I had to study all that stuff.
Oh.
And he said, what are you doing? I said, shh, I'm trying to see Ella. My daddy told me to come and see Ella. He said, you want to come backstage? I said, so he took me backstage and I saw Larry Gales waving at me. Hey, Queen. And he was standing by this door that had a star on it. I said, shh, I'm not supposed to be back here, I don't think. He said, come here. I said, shh, I'm trying to see Ella. My daddy took my hand and he pulled me across the threshold and he said, Ella, get up and meet the Queen of Jazz. She said, hi, Queen. And she told me a story about who she liked and songs that she liked. And look, we do it in our show right today. Lullaby Birdland was written by George Shearing.
Yeah.
She said, he wrote that song in 20 minutes.
Wow.
Then I knew I was real hungry then. I was real hungry after I learned that. I had to learn Ernestine. And one of the highlights of my life is I was singing at Dummy George's in Detroit, Michigan. And this lady came up to the stage and when I got off, she met me at the steps. And she said, what are you doing here? I said, well, I'm trying to make my career. She said, how old are you? I said, I'm 21. She said, you're ready for New York. You go to New York right now. And I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Because when I was little, I went to New York and I was at a garden party. And I was going, here, kitty, kitty. And it was a big rat. I thought it was a cat. And I got scared. I said, no way will I go to New York. I won't go to New York. I can't go to Los Angeles. But you know who that lady was? Betty Bebop Carter.
Whoa.
Betty Bebop Carter. When I started researching, I found out she had her own record company. She had everything she had. And right now at the Kennedy Center in New York, they have the Betty Carter competition.
Wow.
Yeah, she did it all. She was like a loner. And that made me, that inspired me to do what she did.
Wow.
And Dinah Washington too, she inspired me a lot.
Washington, all of the greats, and you've done Carnegie Hall.
Oh yeah, with Etta James.
Whoa.
I cried like a baby because, you know, they always talk about the acoustics in Carnegie Hall. So when she got on stage, I walked all the way back to the back of Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
She didn't even use a microphone. She said, and that whole place lit up. And tears just rolled down my eyes because I couldn't believe what a beautiful sound it was. We were on our way to Europe. She came back to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And we got on a plane and went over to Europe. And I was sitting next to a gentleman from Dunfermline.
Yeah.
And I looked on our itinerary and I said, where do I know that name? And I looked on my itinerary and it said Dunfermline. I said, we're going to go to where you're from, you know? And he said, yeah. He said to me, Carnegie was from Dunfermline. The guy who, Carnegie Hall, one of the most famous halls in the world, was from Dunfermline.
Wow.
So when I got to Dunfermline, guess where I played? The original Carnegie Hall.
Wow.
And it was just a little room. I said, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
But you learn just from traveling and meeting people. And when I came back to Los Angeles, I said, I'm gonna find me a Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
And that's when you perform at the Morrison Performing Arts
Yes!
Center. That's my little Carnegie Hall.
I love it, and you just give back to all of us.
I have fun.
And you know what? You've sort of taken me under your wing. You know, you have really, I know.
Cut you too.
I know you have truly. You just
You
amazing.
gave an amazing performance in Big Mama Thornton. Yeah, we got nominated.
We did.
We got nominated for
And
Best Director.
Yeah, all of those. Yeah, NAACP. Oh wow, it was just amazing. We're gonna put the little clip. I have the clip where we're actually performing.
I got about 300 photos. You gotta come one day and see.
Oh,
I don't know who the photographer was, but he gave me a flask. Flask.
Yeah.
Oh, Ian Fox.
Ian Fox.
Ian Fox.
Little shout
was the
out.
photographer.
I love it.
Ian.
Well, I know you are just so amazing. I'm gonna ask you to do me a favor. I'm gonna see if I can get you to do us a song, and maybe.
Oh, Lord.
What do you think?
I got one in mind.
Ah!
I took my band to, what's east of here? San Bernardino.
Yeah.
At the lodge. And guess who I took with me? Charles Brown.
What?
Charles Brown. And the lodge got raided that night. Police were everywhere, da 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 da. And So I took the band, I said, okay, you guys follow me, we're gonna stand out here. So I went over to the officer and I said, officer, we're in the band, and we're gonna just stand right here till you guys get through. But we're band members and we're working here. And he said, okay, you make sure you guys stay right here. And Charles, I couldn't find Charles, and I went looking for that. I said, officer, we're missing one person in the band. Charles Brown was with us. And I looked in the window and I saw the club owners, the crack in the door, they were gathering all the money and stuff. So I went in the door and I said, hey, I don't have anything to do with this, but I brought Charles down here and you guys gotta pay him. So I went and I got Charles's money, because I couldn't afford to pay him, because he cost a lot.
Yeah.
And I backed out the door, and we said, zoom, and let the police let us go, and we said, okay.
We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back with a selection from Miss Barbara Morrison.